Okay. For practice today, I want to just get started right away in seated meditation. We're going to be moving from a seat, so either a cross-legged seat at the top of your yoga mat, or you can sit on a block or your shins. If you want to start lying down because that feels more true for you, feel free to begin there, and then you can meet us in a seat. Go ahead and just find a comfortable shape. Allowing your sits bones to root into the earth. Feel your spine begin to lengthen up towards the sky. As you close your eyes, feel your shoulders draw up to your ears, let them slide back in space, and then let your shoulders settle into your torso. Take a moment to figure out where you'd like to place your hands, maybe palms face down on your knees, maybe hands on your body to feel your breath. Maybe palms face up on your knees, open, ready to receive whatever lesson your practice has to offer you today. As you continue to settle into your body, start to turn all of your attention towards the movement of your breath. Starting to feel the rise of your inhale. And the slow release of your exhale. And with each breath in, feel your spine lengthen a little bit taller towards the ceiling. With each breath out, feel your hips sink deeper into the support of the earth. As you extend your breath, just being patient with each inhale and exhale. Allow each inhale to fill up fully. And try not to rush your exhale. Give it all the time that it needs to empty out completely. As you take a couple more slow, steady, and deep breaths. See if an intention begins to rise up to the surface. And just as we don't force the breath, we just make room for the breath to expand. There's no need to force an intention, just make room for one to step forward. There's something that your heart has in mind for your practice today. When you're ready, follow an inhale to circle, sweep your hands up to the sky. On your exhale, let your hands draw together to heart center. Maybe tip your chin towards your chest. Allowing your gaze with eyes closed to drop towards your hands, your fingertips. Just turning towards your heart and intention if one came up. We'll take 3 rounds of cleansing breath to seal these intentions in and to start our practice. So go ahead and take a really big breath in through your nose, filling up in every direction. As you're ready, and open up, exhale to release. Taking 2 more at your own pace. Deep breath in. A cleansing exhale out. One more time, full inhale. And a complete exhale. Allow your hands to release to your thighs. Slowly start to lift your gaze and open your eyes. If you're not already in a seat, go ahead and find your way to a cross-legged seat at the front of your yoga mat. I'm gonna shift to the front of mine. We're gonna start with our left shin in front of our right. So once you have your left shin in front of your right, go ahead and breathe and reach your hands up to the sky. When your exhale, slowly forward fold over your shins. It doesn't matter how far forward you go. Let your hips be heavy, let your head relax heavy towards the earth. Without concentrating your breath to the back of your body for 2 more cycles. And slowly roll up your side on your inhale, reach your hands up to the ceiling again. As you exhale, extend your left leg out. You're gonna keep your right foot towards the inside of your left thigh. Flex your left toes to the ceiling. And start to turn your heart towards your left toes and fold forward any amount over your left thigh. Again, you can let your head hang heavy here. I'm not trying to force this, so just starting to feel into the space of our bodies this morning. And oftentimes in the mornings, things are a little bit stickier. So be patient with the opening. Feel your right hip root into the earth. Think about breathing your heart towards your toes. You can use your hands on the ground, whether they're pretty close to your pelvis, a little bit further out, to either push down and away from your body to help press your pelvis more into the ground. Or you can use your hands to pull your heart towards your left toes. So 2 slightly different sensations. Just take 1 more breath here. Maybe dropping a little bit deeper. And as you're ready to rise up, let your hands help you up. Go ahead and slowly inhale your hands up to the sky. On your exhale, hands come back behind you. Fingertips are going to be beneath your shoulders, fingertips facing your seat. Just press into your hands and lift your chest to the sky. And keep your chest lifting into the ceiling, but bend your elbows back a little bit, just a slight bend, and draw your elbows towards each other behind you. So bend and squeeze to center, help open up your chest a little bit. And starting to release, so slowly letting go. You're going to switch out your shins, so bring your right shin in front of your left, breathe your hands up to the sky. And your exhale, forward fold down to the earth, settling in for 3 rounds of breath. And taking your time, there's no rush. After your 3rd cycle of breath, you're going to breathe in, reach back up to the ceiling. Extend your right leg out long. You can use your hands to draw your left foot in a little bit closer if you need. As you turn your heart towards your right toes, go ahead and fold forward over your right leg. And initially, you might not go very deep. You might use every breath to soften you towards your right leg. Again, feel free to play with using your hands to help manipulate the sensations. You can kind of pull your heart more to the right. You can pull your heart forward. You can press your pelvis back into the ground. Taking another breath or 2 here. one more cycle of breath, maybe seeing if there's a little bit more depth to be had on this side. When you're ready to rise up, go ahead and inhale, reach up tall. Again, exhale your hands behind you. This time you're gonna bring your knees bent, feet to the earth. So setting up as if you're going to reverse tabletop. Again, fingertips on the ground behind you, fingertips facing your seat. Lift your chest, spread your collarbones really wide, and then bend your elbows. Think about bringing your elbows to the midline. If it feels better, you can also be on your palms instead of your fingertips. Really push the earth away, let your shoulder blades press your heart forward and through. Breathe your chest up to the sky. Then your exhale as you release, you're going to flex your feet into the earth, engage your belly. We're actually going to roll into our back bodies for a moment. So using your core, super slow motion, start to roll to your back. Keep your heels driving into the ground. Hoping to engage your core. Be lowering for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Find a big full body stretch as you inhale. When your exhale, bring your knees into your chest. And once you've lengthened out through your back body, bring your knees into an upside down tabletop shape. So knees will stack over your hips, shins parallel to the earth, flex your feet, pull your navel to your spine. Start with just reaching both hands up to the sky. Imagine your palms are hugging inward to a yoga block. And then as you keep your navel drawn to your spine, so your low back is anchored to the earth. On your inhale, you're gonna send your left leg forward to a hover. Reach your right hand up and overhead. And on your exhale, navel continues to pull down. Slow motion, bend your left knee back to 90 degrees and reach your right hand to the ceiling. Then switching sides, inhale, reach your right leg forward, send your left hand overhead, front ribs draw down to the earth. And adding resistance to your movement, slow motion, exhale back to your starting point, right knee to 90, left hand to the sky. So I'll take this variation 2 more times each side. Inhale, left leg lengthens forward, reach your right hand overhead. Your exhale, bring it back to start. Maybe switch, inhale, right leg reaches forward, left hand lengthens overhead. Use the entire length of your exhale to bring it back to start, navel to spine. Last one like this, inhale, left leg lengthens, right hand reaches. And exhale back to start. And we switch, breathe your right leg forward, let your left hand extend overhead. And exhale back to start. And adding on, we're going to change it up a little bit. Extend your left leg up to the sky. Then go ahead and take your left hand behind your head, elbow wide. On your inhale, as your left leg lowers to a hover, reach your right hand overhead. So that part is the same. And on your exhalation, as you lift your left leg to the sky, start to lift your head and shoulders. Twist slightly to reach your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. As you inhale, we're going to open back up. Left leg lowers to a hover, reach your right hand overhead. Same thing on your exhale, left leg lifts. Reach your right fingertips towards the outside of your left ankle. And 3 more like this. We inhale, lower, open. Exhale, navel to spine as you lift and twist. Find that little pause at the top. Last 2, inhale, left leg lowers, right hand reaches overhead. On your core strength, exhale, lift and twist. Good. Last one like this. Big breath in to expand, left leg lowers, right hand reaches up and over. Without momentum, exhale, left leg lifts, right hand reaches to the outside of your left thigh. Pausing at the top, send your right leg forward to a hover for a moment. And think about lifting your chest maybe a little bit higher, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe left shoulder blade off the earth for 1. Then go ahead and bend your knees back to 90, take your right hand behind your head. And then send your right leg up to the sky this time. And then we're gonna reach our left hand up to the sky. As you inhale, right leg lowers, left hand reaches overhead, pull your front ribs actively down. With your exhale, right leg lifts, lift your head and shoulders, left hand's reaching to the outside of your right ankle. Moving with breath, we inhale, slowly expand, try to resist gravity. And on your exhale, right leg lifts, left hand reaches up and across. For your last 3, breathe into open. See how much you can use just your core and relax your neck. Exhale, lift and reach. Okay, what adjustments can you make in your own body to really concentrate this to your core? Last 2, we inhale to open. The entire length of your exhale, navel to spine as you lift and reach. And then last one here, we inhale, right leg lowers, left hand lengthens overhead. Exhale, lift and reach. Pausing here, perhaps you send your left leg forward to a hover. Think about sternum to the ceiling, shoulder blades, boost your heart up to the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to chest, release and relax. Maybe take a happy baby. Find a deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. And from your happy baby, we're going to start to make our way up to tabletop pose. So either hands behind your thighs, maybe rock and roll the length of your spine. So feel free to tip over to either side and just push your way up. As you find your tabletop pose, we'll take a big breath in to start to lift into cow. The heart and tailbone stretch up to the ceiling. And on your exhale, cat pose, leading with your tailbone, start to tuck through your tail. The rest of your spine follow and allow your head to fall heavy. Then 2 more like that, and inhale to lift up, cow pose. Navel pulls in, stretch your belly, and exhale, cat pose, spread your shoulder blades across the back of your heart. Last one here, inhale, cow pose. And then as you exhale to your cat pose, try to keep your shoulders out of your ears as you round your spine, push the earth away. Into your neutral tabletop. From neutral tabletop, tuck your toes, big inhale. And with exhale, hover your knees just above the earth. So in your hovering tabletop pose. You actively draw navel to spine, actively press your hands, push your toes into the earth using the strength of your core. Take another slow breath in. And slowly exhale, downward facing dog, your core straight, draws your hips up and back. And then take a moment to adjust here and settle into your down dog. Maybe a little pedal action through your feet. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Then open mouth, exhale, let it go. The next inhale, reach your right leg to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat, maybe help it there. Left knee's gonna lower all the way to the ground. Your in-breath, lift your heart and hands on Janayasana. On your exhale, cat lunge, hands to the earth, lift your back knee and lengthen both of your legs, hamstring stretch. Heart reaches forward, think almost like a halfway lift through your spine. Taking an extra breath here, you can see how it feels to lift your left heel high versus pressing your left heel towards the earth. So 2 different sensations. With an in-breath, go ahead and bend into your right knee, step forward to your forward fold, left foot meets your right. Soft knees, heavy head, sway a little bit from side to side. And then with your next breath in, start to find your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen out through your torso. Exhale, forward fold, release. Your breath in, rise all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, take a full inhale. At the top, you're gonna bring your left hand down to your thigh. So Actually let your palm touch your thigh. As you slide your left fingertips down your thigh, you're going to side bend your right hand up and overhead. I'm a little bit off camera here, but right hand's reaching up and overhead, left palm is connected to your left thigh. Rotate your right palm to face down to the ground and think about taking your right thumb towards the wall behind you. From here, you're going to inhale, reach both hands to the ceiling, and exhale, second side. So right palm comes to your thigh. Slide your right hand down your thigh. Front ribs draw in. Think about opening up your chest a little bit. As you keep your right palm connected to your right thigh, left palm's going to rotate to the earth. Think about pressing your left thumb to the wall behind you, to the back of your yoga mat. Strong through your center, inhale, reach both hands to the sky, and exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift with your breath in. High plank pose, exhale to step it back. Strong in your plank, just take a full cycle of breath here, lighting up through your thighs. You draw your navel to your spine. Your next inhale is going to shift you forward. Follow your exhale all the way to your belly. So elbows stay hugged in tight, shoulders out of ears, thighs stay active as you lower down. Once you arrive, untuck your toes, breathe into your low cobra. Using the strength along your spine, peel your chest off the earth. And exhale to release. And inhale to your low or maybe your high cobra. Option to lift a little bit taller. And then with your exhale, release back to your belly. Last one here is going to be low cobra, high cobra, upward facing dog. We'll inhale to lift and lengthen any amount. And then your exhale takes you back, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And your inhale sends your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale places your left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Release your right knee to the earth and breathe your heart and hands up to the ceiling. With your breath out, cat lunge, hands return to your yoga mat. Lift your back knee and lengthen your legs. Give yourself that extra moment here to check in with your hamstrings, the length of your spine. Explore what's happening through your right ankle and heel. Think tailbone to the ceiling. It's almost like a cow spine. Imagine your heart and tailbone could lift to the sky. And then from here, we'll bend into our front knee. Step forward to your forward fold. Right foot joins your left. With an inhale, lengthen halfway. And your exhale, high plank. This time, step back right away from your high plank pose. Once you find yourself in your strong foundation, go ahead and inhale to shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way. Slow motion, open to your up dog or your cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And from here, with a big breath in, right leg reaches to the ceiling. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Take an extra breath in here. With breath out, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Strong through your legs, high crescent lunge. Press through your feet and rise all the way up with your breath. On your breath out, you're going to let your left knee come to a hover. Let your hands come to your heart center. So left knee is just above the earth. If you want to lower your left knee all the way to the ground, feel free to do so. Or if it feels better to be in your traditional high crescent, feel free to lengthen your left leg back out. But you choose your lower half. From here, front ribs draw in. Take your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Try to keep your front ribs knit together. Take an inhale. On your exhale, twist to the right. Rotate to the right. It's not going to be a very deep twist. Think about using your core to rotate. Take an extra inhale here. On your exhale, keep the twist, but allow your arms to spread open. Maybe you twist a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Inhale for length. And exhale for depth. From here, high crescent lunge, sweep it back up, let your left leg lengthen back out. And warrior two, left heel rotates to the earth. So you've adjusted and settled into your stance. Breathe in to reverse your warrior. Right hand reaches to the sky. And then pause here for your exhale. Maybe bring your left hand to your front ribs to feel that engagement at your center. So your front ribs draw in, take an extra inhale, really reaching through from your right ribs to your right hip point. And on your exhale, side angle. So you choose maybe elbow to thigh, maybe fingertips to the earth, either one. And go lengthening from the crown of your head to your left foot. Then extend your side angle, reach your left hand overhead. Palm faces the ground, thumb reaches to that wall behind your heart. Take one more inhale. On exhale, our left hand's gonna guide us. We're gonna sweep it down through a wide-legged forward fold. Keep turning to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. From here, as you press into your hands, one-legged plank, send your left leg back in line with your spine. You can always land your left toes to the earth for a regular plank. Exhale, take your left knee to your right tricep underneath your body. Inhale, one-legged plank, reach your left leg back. Exhale, left knee towards your left tricep. Think open hip. From here, side plank opening to the left. So right hand's gonna stay on the earth. Turn to the left, reach your left hand to the sky. Stack your feet. Big breath in. On your exhale, high plank pose, slowly tip back onto your hands. The left palm to the earth, both feet to the ground. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. So taking your time through your flow, trying not to rush your breath so you don't rush your movement. And once you return to your down dog and inhale, send your left leg to the ceiling. Take a moment to bend your knee and open your head. Feel the strength of your left seat. Draw your navel to your spine to challenge it even more. Full inhale here. And we exhale, left foot steps forward. Take your heart forward first. Press through your feet, high crescent lunge, rise up really slow and controlled. With exhale, hands to heart, maybe right knee comes to a hover. Remember, you have your three options for your legs. Right knee hovered, right knee on the ground, or traditional high crescent legs if you prefer that. Good. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. Draw your front ribs in. When you're ready to rotate, you're going to turn towards the left. You're lengthening the nape of your neck slightly so your spine stays long. And you turn to the left. So again, you might not go very far, that's okay. As you've given this rotation a breath, maybe start to spread your wings open wide. See if you twist a little bit deeper at that variation. And into our high crescent, left hand sweeps up, and warrior two, expand open. Follow your inhale to reverse your warrior, left hand reaches high. Again, I like to bring my right hand or my back hand to my front ribs. I find that this helps me to light up my core more and also just gives the integrity to my front ribs a little bit more of a reminder and accountability. So take one more breath here. Think about that space from left ribs to left hip point. And then into side angle. So again, you choose elbow to thigh, maybe hand to the earth. For me personally, when I bring my hand to the ground, I can do that. I feel my left glute light up a little bit more, but I feel sometimes a little pinchy through the left hip joint. So that's why often I stay in this more lifted variation to maintain a little more space between my left ribs and left thigh and stay out of my hip joint. I think about sinking my pelvis down but keeping my chest lifted. As you find your extended side angle, think about turning your sternum to the ceiling so your chest stays open. Our right hand's going to sweep us down through a wide-legged forward fold. Continue to rotate to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. One-legged plank or high plank. Your inhale is going to send your right leg back. With exhale, right knee towards your left tricep, cross underneath your body. One-legged plank slowly as you inhale. Right knee, right tricep as you exhale. Left hand's going to be your base. You're going side plank, opening to the right. Reach your right hand to the sky. Boost your hips up and away from the earth. Take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, high plank, bring it back to that strong foundation. Wait for your inhale to shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. As you come back to your down dog, take a big breath in. Maybe an open mouth exhale out. And we'll inhale, right leg reaches to the ceiling. And your exhale, bend your knee and open your head. Three-legged dog, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose, slide forward. Three-legged dog, breathe your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. One more time like that. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards nose. And inhale, three-legged dog. Your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. High crescent lunge, press your feet, breathe it up. And your exhale, hands to heart, left knee maybe hovers. Take your hands behind your head, elbows wide, just like before. Full breath in. Exhale, twist towards the right. Keep the twist as you inhale, spread your wings open. As you exhale, exalted crescent arms. So right hand can go to your low back or your left hamstring. You're reaching your left hand up and overhead. So your chest is still slightly rotated towards the right. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, twisted low lunge. So keeping the twist, you're going to bring your left hand to the earth. As your left leg lengthens, reach your right hand to the sky. Full inhale here. All right, take a moment here. Maybe use your exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Our right hand's going to come down to the earth for a second. Turn your left heel down to the ground so you're creating warrior 2 feet. Peek your chest forward a little bit. Press through your feet to find warrior 2. You could feel maybe a little more inner right thigh engagement as you rise up. Inhale to reverse. Option to bring your left hand to your front ribs. And exhale, side angle. You can bring your right hand to your front ribs as your left hand goes to the sky or extends overhead. Again, rolling your chest open. From here, reverse your triangle. Gonna be left hand to your front ribs as your right hand reaches up and back. And then Trikonasana, as you shift forward, a little micro bend in your right knee. Lengthen to the front of your yoga mat first. Do your left side body light up. And then tip into your depth. So here you can use, my feet are slipping, a block. You can bring your hand to the ground. You can bring your hand to your shin bone. Chest is going to rotate open, collarbones wide. Feeling your left side body work a lot. So you want to feel your left obliques pulling your chest up. For me, I find a lot more core engagement if I bring the back of my right hand to my inner right calf, and I push the two together to help with that rotation. My feet are slipping a lot, so it's probably a little bit easier if you have a sticky mat that's actually holding you. From here, we're gonna go into reverse warrior. To do that, bend your right knee first. Once you have that stack joint alignment, then inhale to reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, goddess squat. So you're gonna turn your toes wide, bring your heels in. That adjustment might get a little bit funky on the way. So I'm gonna bring toes forward, heels in, sink it low. Cool. Elbows can go wide like goddess arms to start, or you can also use a hand to, again, remind your front ribs to draw in. Take a full inhale. On your exhale, we're gonna draw our left elbow into our left hip crease, kind of, and reach your right hand overhead. So a little side crunch and reach. Chest stays open. As you breathe in, bring it back to your goddess squat, trying to use your right obliques. Second side, as your right elbow goes in, you're gonna reach your left hand overhead, front ribs stay knit. To bring it back to goddess, use your left obliques. Inhale back up. Exhale to your wide-legged forward fold, toes forward, dive down. Take a big breath in. And a slow exhale. Start to find your halfway lift with your next in-breath, and then rotate to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. Leading with your heart, chair pose, right foot steps forward. Sink into your strong seat and lift through your chest. Take a moment to arrive here. Again, exploring that knit of your front ribs. Draw your front ribs in. See if that challenges your upper back to engage a little bit more here. Slide your sits bones back. You push your heels down into the ground and forward. One more full inhale. And then airplane your arms as you exhale. Lean into the power of your left foot. Touch a flamingo your right heel to your seat. If you want spicy flamingo, keep everything the same. Horsey superstar, I'm going to slide your right thigh bone back in space. Make sure your core is supporting your low spine here so your pelvis doesn't tilt at all. Keep neutral spine, your right heel kicks to the sky. From here, one-legged Tadasana, bring your right leg with you to stand. Take a full breath in. And we'll exhale into a figure four, right ankle to your left thigh, hands to heart center. Okay. So from here, we're going to take a twist. So reincorporating our twist that we've been working on. This time your hands are at heart center. But again, think about using your core to create the rotation. So looking down to the ground is really helpful for this. Find that focus point for your gaze. Use your core to help bring your right elbow towards the arch of your right foot. Heart is turning to the left. Now, if your elbow does not reach your foot, that's okay. You can also just keep your left hand at your heart center. You can use your right hand to grab the arch of your right foot. And you can use your right hand to twist you. From whatever twist variation you're in, hand or elbow to the arch of your right foot. And start to slowly unwind through center. Raise up with your right leg as you inhale. And twist to the right on your exhale. So open arm twist, right hand goes back, left hand reaches forward. If you'd like to, feel free to extend your right leg for a moment. Take a big breath in. Right hand's gonna stay back as you exhale, airplane pose. Slowly pendulum swing your right leg back. And your left arm back to find Trikonasana. Take a deep inhale in. And exhale, crescent lunge, right toes release to the earth. Send your heart and hands to the sky with your breath. One-legged plank as your hands come down to your yoga mats and your left leg back. Deep inhale in. Left knee to your right tricep, breath out. Inhale, one-legged plank. And exhale, left knee, left tricep. Side plank, turning to the left, maybe find tree legs in your side plank. So as you tip into your right palm, maybe your left toes hover just above your right knee, left hand reaching to the sky. Think about using your outer left seat straight to open your left knee externally. Full breath in. High plank pose. Left hand and left toes find the earth. Breathe to shift forward. Chaturanga, or any transition you want. Moving back in downward facing dog. When you're down dog, use your core to walk your hands back to your feet for a moment, just finding a little forward fold. Your head be heavy, take a big breath in through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale, letting go. Okay, we're gonna walk it back out and find second side. So returning to your downward facing dog. When you're ready, use an inhale to lift your left leg to the ceiling. Exhale, will bend your knee and open your hip. Squeeze your left seat breath in and place your left foot forward on your breath out. Powerful legs. Draw yourself up to high crescent, lead with your heart so that your legs really take over in that transition. Hands to heart center, option to bring your right knee to a hover. Front ribs draw in, hands behind your head, take an inhale. Heart twist to the left as you exhale. Open arm twist, spread your wings wide as you breathe in. Go ahead and find your exalted crescent, left hand low, right hand high. You're still in that twist. Maybe your shoulder blades lift your heart a little bit taller on your inhale. Twisted low lunge, so as your right hand finds the earth, your right leg is going long and your left hand reaches to the sky. Take a moment here. So shapes always change as our practice progresses. This used to be a shape that felt like so great in my body. And now every time I take it, it feels awkward, it feels weird, and I don't know why. So giving yourself permission just to be curious of things right or wrong, just being curious as shapes change and transform with our anatomy. Left hand's gonna sweep us into warrior two. So left hand to the earth. That's gonna rotate your right heel down. You rise it up, Virabhadrasana 2. Once you find your warrior two, sink into that depth that adds challenge to your left thigh. Inhale to reverse and be right hand to your ribs. Exhale, side angle or extended side angle. Maybe your left hand finds your front ribs to help them knit in. And then inhale to reverse your triangle. Maybe right hand returns to your ribs. When you go to your Trikonasana pose, again, there's a little micro bend to the front knee. I need to adjust my sliding feet. You're gonna think about going forward first. So heart is turning to face the exact long edge of your yoga mat. Keep your chest square to the long edge of your yoga mat as you tip it forward. And then find your hands. So right obliques are strong. Take any arms you want. Allow your heart to lean back a little bit as your front ribs knit back in. Reignite your legs. Take one more breath here. Slow, strong inhale. Slow, steady exhale. So you're going to find our warrior two, bend into your left knee first. So very similar to how we came into our warrior two a moment ago. And then start to find your way through your warrior into your reverse warrior. Full breath in. To find your goddess squat, if it's a little bit easier to take it piece by piece, think star pose first. Turn your toes forward to reach your hands high. And then heels in, and we find our goddess. You can want to adjust your feet. Reestablish that strong center, front ribs draw in, take your inhale. And your exhale, leaning to your right, pull your right elbow, and you can even create a fist with your right hand, little bicep curl as your left hand reaches overhead. Think long through your spine, heavy tailbone. Inhale back through center to your goddess using your left obliques. Exhale, second side, we create a fist with your left hand. You crunch to your left side, right hand reaches. To come back to your goddess, use your right obliques. Big breath in. Wide-legged forward fold, toes forward, hinge forward. Take an inhale. And a slow exhale. Here we go. As we rotate to the front of our yoga mat, we find our low lunge first. And then think about using your strong right leg. Lead with your heart, chair pose. Pull yourself forward into your seat. And settle into the strength of your glutes. Take 2 more breaths here just to feel into your body in this shape. Finding those subtle shifts of weight. You can explore how it feels to take it further back into your heels. You can imagine you have a yoga block between your thighs, so there's more integration to center. You can imagine you have a resistance band around your thighs, gently pressing wide to see how that changes sensation. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to start to airplane your arms beside you. As you shift into your strong right foot, maybe left tippy toes, and maybe flamingo your left toe to your seat. You might start to slide your left thigh bone back into that spicy flamingo. You want to feel your hamstring catch. The more you pull into your front body, try to lengthen your tailbone to the back edge of your yoga mat, the more resistance you add to light up your left hamstring. You slowly rise it up one-legged Tadasana, full inhale. Once you find your steady, figure four, left ankle on right thigh, hands to heart. Active left ankle, strong left seat. You can stay exactly as you are, or if you want to find the twist, you're using your core to move your left elbow towards the arch of your left foot. Or again, you can use your left hand on the arch of your left foot to twist you. In that case, I like to just bring my right hand to my chest. Try to keep your left sitting bone lifted as you twist. Gaze might stay down to the ground in front of you. One more breath here. This is a long balance progression, and we're taking class really slow today, which means our muscles are working really hard through our legs. So slow motion, bring your left leg with you to stand, one-legged Tadasana. Trust that your right leg is strong enough to hold you a little bit longer, and open arm twist to the left. Left hand's gonna reach back as your right hand reaches forward. If you want to light up your left quadricep, your left thigh, you can lengthen your left leg out. Try to keep your chest proud as you inhale. To airplane pose. So you're unwinding through your transition. Your arms and your left leg sweep back. Full breath in. Crescent lunge with care. Left toes land lightly. Stretch to the ceiling. One-legged plank as you bring your hands to the earth. Your right leg is going to reach back. Big breath in. Right into your left tricep, cross underneath your body. One-legged plank, inhale, right leg back. Right into your right tricep, breath out. Left hand is your base. You're gonna open up to your tree pose side plank, or your favorite side plank. So left hand stays on the earth, right knee's a tree. Reach your right hand to the sky. Taking a moment here, think about using, again, your outer right glute to create the external rotation to open your hip. Take one more inhale in. Here we go, high plank, exhale, bring it down. Shift forward to your belly with your breath. So starting to lower all the way to the ground, all the way to your belly, lower down. Untuck your toes, belly down, Shavasana. Stack your hands to create a pillow for your forehead. And go ahead and rest for 3 breaths. Bring your belly down, Shavasana. We're going to move into a Sphinx Pose. So bring your elbows to stack directly beneath your shoulders. So your arm bones are perpendicular to the earth. Your forearms are 2 parallel lines. And you press down through your elbows for your chest, get really proud. Pull your navel to your spine. Keep your pelvis anchored as it is, but think about using your elbows, your hands on the earth, to drag your ribcage forward. So imagine you're trying to stretch your ribs away from your pelvis. If you want a little bit more, if it feels safe and healthy for your low back, and press into your palms. Keep your core strong. Lift your elbows off the earth into seal. Again, you want to make sure that you're not dumping into your low back to create this lift, so you can have a little micro bend through your elbows. That's also going to give you more muscular engagement. Maybe lift your chin slightly for one more inhale wherever you are. And exhale, release back onto your belly. Slide your hands back by your low ribs and release slow motion, push into a child's pose. Now press your hips to your heels. Knees can be together or wide, it's up to you. Lengthen through your spine. Deep breath in through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Slowly start to find your way up to a seat. Go ahead and shift to the front of your yoga mat. I'm going to turn to face you for a moment for this. So we're going to return to our Janu Sirsasana legs. This time we're going to go into the side bend versus the forward fold variation. So I'm going to start with my left leg long. My right foot comes into my inner left thigh. So I have that same kind of like little tree leg through my right side. Left leg's extended. Flex your left toes to the ceiling. You can choose how wide of an angle your thigh bones are creating. It's up to you. Go ahead and let's start with our hands up to the ceiling as we inhale. Keep your right hand high. As you exhale, your left hand is going to slide down your left leg. So you might go a couple inches, you might go pretty far. You can bring your left forearm maybe all the way to the earth on the inside of your left leg here, rotating your heart open. If you prefer to have your hand on the ground, feel free to take that instead. Okay. If you think about rotating your chest open as you reach through your right hand. Stay happy through your right hip. Take another breath here. You want to take some arm circles with your right arm. Feel free to work into your shoulders, right? Not from going doing yoga multiple times a day to doing yoga a couple times a week. I'm still taking toll and all the things, so my body feels so tight. I'm not used to stickiness in all these spaces. When you're ready to rise up, super slow motion, bring yourself tall. Lean back, maybe take a little windshield wiper a moment through your knees. And then we'll go second side. So switch out your legs, adjust your seat. Sometimes it's helpful to untuck the booty from beneath your sits bones. Starting with your hands high, think about the length of your spine. Maybe your right hand starts to work its way down your right leg. And that's just an option. Sometimes it feels better to have your hand on the outside of your leg, so it's up to you. I find that having my arm on the inside of my leg allows me to push my right arm into the inside of my right thigh to help turn my chest more open. And you can take arm circles with your left arm if that's interesting. With an extended arm or a bent arm, I find those to be two different sensations. Chest open. One more breath. And really take your time, go slowly, use your hands to help you when you're ready to find your way up and out. No rush if you're enjoying the stretch. At the top of your yoga mat. Knees bent. Flex your feet into the earth. Reach your hands to the sky. Take a big breath in. Use your core to slowly roll it down with your exhale. Breathing in a full body stretch again. Take a deep in breath. Knees to chest on your out breath. I'm just going to take a gentle twist before we start to settle into Shavasana. So breathing down to the earth, fill your lungs. On your exhale, your knees tip to the left, gentle twist. Slowly bring your knees back through center. Maybe right leg lifts and left leg just follows slowly. Knees are going to tip over to the right. Gentle twist second side. I didn't get to all the things that I wanted to today because my body decided we were going to move in slow motion. So as you come to center, if there's something else that you feel called to add in to feel really complete in your practice, feel free to take a couple breaths to do so. Otherwise, you're just going to bring your knees to your chest. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees with a big breath in. Then your exhale, start to find your way to Shavasana. Again, if you have a couple more minutes this morning before you have to head anywhere, maybe you add in a happy baby or a plow pose or a butterfly shape. Otherwise, prioritizing time and stillness and quiet and finding your way to your final relaxation. Allowing your eyes to close wherever you are, so you can focus inward. Just observing sensation, breath, the beat of your heart in your chest. Leaning back in your awareness to notice any thoughts, any feelings that choose to arise. We make space for our practice. We're not just making space in our physical bodies. We're making space for the whispers of our hearts and minds to rise up. We clear the clutter away. There's room for that deeper knowing to make itself heard. And our only job is to listen. In this last moment or so before we start to reawaken, just taking a pause to again listen, just to notice what you hear. Especially in these moments, the end of practice after we've moved and breathed, created space. There's something that our heart or mind is trying to tell us. It's not something that we should brush to the side. Allow that message to come forward. You can use your discernment Decide how you receive that message, where you place that in your awareness, how you take it with you into your day. Maybe it's a story that you've been holding. Maybe it's an insight from that deeper knowing. Maybe it's a reminder to prioritize something in your life. Just letting that whisper and step forward. Again, trying not to brush it aside, trying to listen. And as you reawaken your body, bring some energy back into fingers, toes, maybe ankles and wrists. You might stay exactly as you are and just bring your hands to heart center. And slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat first, if you prefer to end your practice from a seat. Let me take this final moment at the end of our practice to pause in gratitude. Grateful for this time that we've devoted to explore and experience through our bodies and our breath. I'm grateful for this practice. It shows us the way, leads us and guides us through the highs and the lows. Grateful for this community, this space where we can come, where we can connect even when we are far apart. I'm grateful for our bodies and our breath that carry us through this human experience, offering us each moment of every day. So in gratitude, let's take one more deep breath into the nose together. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, guiding us to live more authentically and love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for being here and taking this time. Namaste.